Now we move on to classification of soil for highway use. So actually, you talk about soil classification, that is a method or a process wherein the soil are systematically categorized according to their probable engineering characteristics. So which means that we have to, it is also one of the method of identifying suitable sub-base material and predicting the probable behavior of a soil when used as subgrade material. So we have here the most commonly used classification system, which is the AASHTO, or the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials, and the USCS, which is classification system, or this is actually the Unified Soil Classification System. So for this one, for the AASHTO, actually AASHTO is based on Public Road Classification System. And we have to take note that in DPWH, we have a blue book that is used to in the design of a highway, but this blue book, of course, the reference still is the AASHTO. So it is actually determination of the relative quality of soil for use in embankments, subgrades, subbases, and bases. So actually, the AASHTO, you have this table wherein it is being classified into 7 groups. So we have from A-1 to A-7. And A-1 to A-7 has several subgroups. So actually, this is our soil AASHTO classification of soil and soil aggregates mixture. So we simply have to identify the given, in our given problem. For example, there is the identifies soil group soil classification. So it's either you are given with the Shiv analysis in terms of percent passing in number 10, number 40, or number 200. Then, or you are given with the characteristic of fraction passing for number 40. It's either the liquid limit, you are given with the liquid limit or plasticity index. Sometimes you're also given with the usual types of significant constituent materials, or the general rating as a subgrade. So how are you going to make use of this? It is dependent on what group classification was stated on a certain soil sample. So we just have to read this one from left to right. So still, if you're going to observe, there is an appropriate value or number wherein you have to, this will be the basis whether it will be classified as A-1, A-2, or up to A-7. So which means whatever is the given value, for example, for number 10% passing, you simply have, for example, the given is 60. So for number 10, that is 60% passing. So would it be classified as A-1? It will not be classified since for A-1, it has a maximum of 50. Then move on, since for number 10, was not classified. If there's a given for number 200, for example, the given is 20. So you try to have number 200, your given sample is 20, so you try to observe here. So it will not fall on A-1A since 15 is the maximum. So it will fall on A-1B since 25 is the maximum. So you have now identified that your soil sample can be classified as A-1B. However, if that is the case, if there is only one given group classification. However, if there is another given group classification, for example, the liquid limit is given and you are given with the liquid limit, so you try to again check whether it will pass on the given number, the given standard for that passing percentage or for that particular classification. Then, for example, it passes, then you can classify that one for as long as it agree with the number 200 Shiv percent passing. For example, if you're given with plasticity index, you have also to check whether it will pass on that particular uh, on that particular classification. So that is how we're going to make use of this group classification. For this one, we have, for AH2, we have the GI. The GI actually is the group index. So actually, this is equivalent to this equation wherein our F is the percent of soil passing at 0.075 mm in whole number based on the material passing of 75 mm sheave. Our LL is the liquid limit and our PI is the plasticity index. So we have to take note that our GI is determined to the nearest whole number. A value of 0 should be recorded when a negative value is obtained for the GI. So basically GI, you have to round off the number into the nearest, since our GI should be in a whole number and there is no negative value for our GI. So a value of 0 should be recorded when a negative value is obtained for our GI. So basically, that is actually for GI, this is used to identify how good a material is to be used, how good is the soil is to be used as subgrade material. This is actually the result of GI is inversely proportional. The higher the value of GI, which means that it's not good for a subgrade material, the lower value of GI, it is good for a subgrade material. So this is, okay, for this one, so we have here a sample problem, classifying a soil sample using the ASH2 method. So for this one, we have the mechanical analysis. You have this data for sheave number 4, 10, 40, 10, and 200, which has a percent finer of 97, 93, 88, 78, and 70 respectively. Then the plus liquidity index is 48% and plasticity index is 26%. So using the ASH2 table, so you're given with number, if you're going to observe, you have only 10, 40, and 200. So you try to check for number 10, the percent finer is 93. So number 10, so we don't have here. The maximum is 50. So we have 50 max, so we cannot use the number 10 to classify. Then number 40. Number 40, the maximum is, the percent finer is 88. So it might fall on this since the minimum is 51. Then you try to check 200. We are given with 200, 70. 70 is the percent finer. So if you're going to observe, so it might fall here for our 70 since the minimum here is 36. So it might fall on A-4. However, we'll not stop on the number, on the sheave analysis percent passing, since we are given with our plasticity test. We are given with liquid limit and our plastic limit. So if we are given with our liquid limit, which is 48. So liquid limit is 48. So it will not pass through here. It might fall on this, which is 41. However, we try to observe that it will not fall on A-4 since our a while ago we tried to identify that for number 200 it will fall on A-4. Let us try to check. So it should agree with our identification a while ago. So it would not fall here since 40 is the max. We're given with 48. So let us try to move. So since 200 is, it can also, the number 200 can also fall here, which has, since you are given with 70, so the minimum is 36. However, you can also fall here for our liquid limit since the minimum is 41, so both will agree. So it might fall on A-5. However, we are given with plastic limit. Plastic limit, 26%. Plastic limit is 26%. So we have the two given was under A-5. Let's try to check. Plastic limit under A-5 is 10 is the max. We're given with 26. So which means it will not fall on this A-5 since our plastic limit is 26. The maximum here is only 10. So let us try to move. For 200, it might fall on A-6 since we're given with 70. This one is 36 minimum. However, for our liquid limit, it will not fall here since we're given with 48 and the maximum is only 40. So let us try to check. Let us move further. So we're going to have here 36 since this is the minimum. So number 200 will fall here and it will be okay here, and our liquid limit is 48 and the minimum here is 41, so it will also fall under A-7. Now for our plasticity index is 26 and the minimum here is 11, so it will also fall on A-7. So therefore our given problem, it will fall. For our problem here, it will have a value, it will have a classification using -2 for this one is it will fall on A-7-6, so which means that our soil is under A-7-6. So that is the classification for our soil sample. And if we're going to have our GI or the group index, we simply have to make use of our equation so that we can compute for GI. You simply have to substitute the value. So now if we try to substitute the given values to our equation, our GI is 15. So therefore we can classify that the soil is under A-7-6 with a GI of 15. So in closing parenthesis 15. So therefore, this is now the classification for our soil sample. And so this is the classification A-7-6 because if we try to have LL minus 30, it would resort to 18, which is less than PI, which is 20%. So therefore, we can have this conclusion that the soil is A-7-6 since the plasticity index of A-7-5 subgroup is less than our LL minus 30. Our PI, this one, the PI is 22%, which is 48 minus 26, and that is greater than 10%. So we try to eliminate now our A-5. So the soil now is either A-7-5 or A-7-6. So now since we have our illustration that our liquid limit minus 30 is 18 and which is less than PI, which is 20%. So therefore, we can have a conclusion that our soil is A-7-6 since the soil subgroup is less than our LL minus 30.